The clash of the Titans is happening on Sunday. It's Arsenal versus Manchester City. Pep Guardiola has gone ahead to issue a warning to Mikel Arteta and Arsenal. So we are here to discuss more about that here onto the Rokani Media Football. Good morning, guys. How are you and how did you sleep? Because it's an early morning where I am, and hope you guys are really doing great. May I think the Lord God protected you very well. The Muslims, Allah was at your service and protected you, and I think today morning you're obviously going to see the goodness of the Lord and the goodness of Allah in all your endeavors and the temptations into the day. Let's see close to 400 likes much in this video, because the talk about Arsenal versus Man City at the Emirates is on, and we need to obviously take it to the next big level as far as it is called in for. Not so, because you guys are really great and we thank God for the gift of life. Not so, we are talking Estupinan getting an injury and could be out for a very long time. Dizabi is obviously starting to face the wrath of the Premier League and the too much football the players really played last season. Estupinan is one of those players that played in the World Cup for Ecuador, and no worries as to why he's obviously going out for a very long period of time. Then Ruben Diaz has also gone ahead and warned Arsenal ahead of that game, because Man City had gone ahead to lose 2 consecutive games and they are back for revenge, and they believe that the best difference should be done on Arsenal. Now, Reece James has been suspended for a good number for 1 game, and a fine has been given to him by the FA after really countering the referee in the tunnel after the game that saw them lose. Was it to Aston Villa or Nottingham Forest? One of the 2 games. He was really caught on camera that he was obviously trying to counter the referee with a lot of force that was really uncalled in for. Rokani David is my name. You can as well call me RD, and we started off with a Pep Guardiola story coming in through after they went ahead to win against RB Leipzig away from home by 1-3 goals. Pep Guardiola said, "If you think I would doubt my players, you are wrong. I rely on these guys unconditionally. They prove it. They go to the Arsenal game, rest, and hopefully in May we will arrive in competitions being there." So it shows you that he's ready for the Arsenal game and is sending Arsenal a warning that I'm not going to obviously feel like my players aren't doing much to obviously take me to where I deserve to be. I rely on these guys unconditionally. And his quote saying all this after Man City beat RB Leipzig by 3-1, Julian Alves, Bernardo Silva, and Jeremy Doku. So for Pep Guardiola, he's obviously trying out his best to see to it that he gets this team where it deserves to be, especially this season. Having gone ahead to lose 2 games against Newcastle that saw them being knocked out of the Carabao Cup, and he said they don't think about the quadruple. Maybe they're happy with the treble. And then over the weekend they lost to Wolverhampton Wanderers by 2-1. Obviously, it really never went well for them in the previous 2 games, but yesterday they went ahead and register another win that saw him come out and obviously throw a warning to Arsenal. And when you hear him say that, they prove it. We go to the Arsenal game. So, and the rest, hopefully in May we will arrive in the competitions being there. That is Pep Guardiola for you. And when you look at how everything is really happening at this game of Arsenal versus Man City is really having quite of players really out. The goodness is that Bernardo Silva returned, but John Stones is out, Kevin De Bruyne is out, and Rodri is out for them because he was really suspended. But you saw him yesterday play a very pivotal role in that midfield, and Matthias Nunes is going to come in through and obviously play a part into that, but you don't expect Matthias Nunes to put in a shift like that of Rodri. And he's trying to charge his players that the next big assignment is all about playing against Arsenal. And this game is really huge for the 2 sides, Man City and Arsenal, because this is known to almost everybody who is part of the game of football that Arsenal are just 1 point behind Man City. If Arsenal beat Man City, they go on top of the Premier League, and that means they are going to go international break when they're top of the league. That's it. So for Arsenal, they lost 2-1 away in France. You know that very well. but they are going to be hosting this game of football at the Emirates. But Arteta wants to go to Arsenal. Pep Guardiola wants to go to Arsenal to prove a point that I can beat Arteta again in another huge game of football. So he has gone ahead to obviously warn Arsenal that they go to the Arsenal game, rest, and hopefully in May. So it shows you that they want to go at Arsenal and collect a win. That is it. And they're not here for jokes. And some of the players that he was defending, that he really relies on them and doesn't doubt any of his players, is Ruben Diaz. And Ruben Diaz has gone ahead and obviously said the following towards the Arsenal game. Remember, they had lost 2 games in a row, and he was the one responsible for the first goal that Man City conceded, as Wolverhampton Wanderers put that ball into the back of their net. So he said on how the Man City dressing room is after 2 consecutive defeats. He said it's intense. Obviously, it doesn't happen all time, which is very good sign. But at the same time, it's intense because when it happens, we feel it a lot, and everybody here hates to lose. So he was like sending a message to Arsenal that we hate to lose, and we are coming at Emirates to obviously show you how good we are, even though not having Rodri, and you guys have gone ahead to see Thomas Partey return into your style of play. But I know they hate to lose, but they need to obviously put in a 5th gear this time round, because Arsenal are really a huge team that has gone ahead to obviously want to stop this dominancy of Man City in this fixture, because Pep Guardiola has gone ahead to beat Mikel Arteta. You know, every time he has gone ahead to find him at Arsenal. But the only difference is that this time round, it's going to be something different. As the season started, Community Shield, they were beaten. But one will say Community Shield is nothing, because even Liverpool went ahead to beat Man City in the Community Shield, and Liverpool went ahead to shrink to that level. But if you look at Arsenal, they're not going ahead to shrink, and they're putting in a chase for this tournament. And obviously Ruben Diaz is good to know this, but the dressing room is really okay, and all they want is to see themselves going to where they deserve to be, at the club of Man City, and they want to obviously coming through at Arsenal and be the win. So they hate to lose. That's a warning they're sending to Arsenal. So let's wait and see whether these words are obviously going to be turned into actions on Sunday, as Arsenal hosts Man City at the Emirates Stadium that capacitates 60,000 fans plus in London. We wait and see how that pans out, but it's really a huge day there. Now, when we leave that, let's go to Chelsea a little bit and talk about their captain Reece James. I brought you a story that he was charged by the Premier League, and they were waiting for his defense. And when he threw in his defense, he says, I admit I did that. I committed that offense on the referee, and now the verdict is out, confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. Chelsea captain Reece James has been banned for 1 game and fined £90,000 by the FA. That is it. So, Reece James, I think he's not yet ready to play any game. So I think they'll try and fix the game that's going to miss. And these people at the FA are really wise, because Ronaldo left Manchester United when he was given a 2-game ban. And guess what? When he left Man United and went to went to Saudi Arabia for Al Nassr, he was supposed to play his debut, and the FA wrote to the FA of Saudi Arabia and told them that that man you are having there has a case to answer, and he needs to be suspended for 2 games. And Ronaldo spent 2 games without playing. So Reece James, even if he's injured, they are going to wait for him when he's really fit to obviously to it that they tell him that this is the game you're not going to play, to see to it that he feels the pain and the effect of really attacking the referee in the tunnel after that game that saw Chelsea lose, I think, to Nottingham Forest or Aston Villa, and they're really thrown down. Let's leave that at that, and let's go to Brighton. Estupinan has gone ahead to obviously get an injury, and bad news for Brighton, as Pavis Estupinan will be out for a long time, says Roberto Di Zerbi. Estupinan is injured. I can say that he can't play for a long time, of course, we lose an important player. That is it. He's one of the best left backs I've seen in the league, and I don't know why teams really don't go for him, because he's a different style or a different size of the left backs in the league. The league really has left backs that are not all that tall and physical as this guy. Luke Shaw, Zinchenko, Ben Chilwell, Cucurella. I think Robertson of Liverpool is tall and really physical. Which other decent left back that is really tall and physical? So I think he's one of those players that I believe Brighton aren't going to keep for long, especially when it comes to next season, as far as teams looking for the left backs are really concerned. But you all know that he played in the World Cup and they played some huge number of games last season, and the resting was not enough, and it's still affecting them till now. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Rokani David remains my name, and this is the Rokani Media Football. Tell me your thoughts about Pep Guardiola issuing a warning to Arteta ahead of their tie on Sunday, and what do you make about the suspension of the guy who plays as the right back of Chelsea, and that was just their captain, that is none other than Reece James? And what do you talk about the Estupinan injury, the left back of Brighton being out for a very long time? That is really unspecified, and it leaves De Sabi in a lot of worry. Maybe Lamptey is going to be played at that position. We wait and see, because when they are beating the team I support, Manchester United, they were really using Lamptey as a left back into that game. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. It's a Thursday. Go to work, and the Lord Allah will see you thrive to where you guys deserve to be. I sign out for now. See you later. Bye bye.